A new month, new moon, new day, new things. Going straight into Deuces Wild on Tuesday. Let's talk about it. Attention, star seeds. Attention, light workers. Attention, root workers. Attention, conjure doctors. Attention, nature-based faith practitioners. Attention, spiritualists. Attention, diviners. Attention, prophets. Attention, the spiritually eclectic. Attention for those seeking the road less traveled. This is time-sensitive cosmic information, so you might want to catch this. This is time-sensitive cosmic information that you can use in your prayers, manifestations, and other spirit works. Beam up now via this video or the audio link in this video's description box to get this on-the-fly esoteric wisdom. Beaming up now. Ashe emojibatu Olodumare Bobo Egungun Ara Orun Bobo Orisha for another day to bask in the goodness of Onile's sacred earth. Every day given is very special, and here are a few details, cosmic details, pertaining to how. I'm iiYansaje Muse, and this is your early rising or your evening settling mystic forecast. Ekule if you're catching this in the evening time. Ekaro if you're catching this in the early morning's rise. I'm iiYansaje Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, bringing you the music, the mystics, the mojo, and all that good stuff from the quasars, broadcasting live from this third rock from the sun on 222.9, the mothership. Internet radio for the road less traveled. Happy September. Happy new month. We gonna talk about that. Every time I say September, I think of the number 7, because sept means 7. Even though it's the 9th month, January and February were at it, but we'll talk more about that in my exclusive orbit. For now, let's just wind down this moon day so my 6 a.m. listeners won't be talking too much about yesterday. All of y'all that be getting those daily weather forecasts from the cosmos as you cruise to your workplaces, set up your trades, take care of your children, however you live your everyday life. You know what's going on in the cosmos just like you do your local weather. Ashe. So, we are winding down your moon day, September 2nd, 2024, and today is the day of new beginnings, 19-1. It's your 11th moon day of summer solstice and the second moon day of Virgo season. And the moon tonight is new in Virgo, and Virgo is all about putting in that work, that mutable earth, that learning about yourself through relationships with other people, kind of earthly energy. So stick your hands in some soil, plant some seeds, literally and creatively, maybe even procreatively, because it's all about new things with new moon energy on the daily numerology on a 1, on the first day of the week, all in Iemanja's moon day. So how did Iemanjá place you in that meditative state to supply you with the energetic calmness and tranquility that you need for the next 7 days? If you haven't figured it out, you got an hour and 3 minutes to work it out before the clock strikes 12. Iemanjá passes that time clock to Ogun, and we're headed into an action-packed first day waxing moon out the new in Virgo Deuces Wild Tuesday energy. Can't wait to get to that. I'm iiYansaje Muse, and this is radio for the road less traveled, 222.9. Beam up. Did you enjoy the water wisdom here at Mother Blue Hues? Well, then follow me into Tuesday's greenery, the clearing of the Peridopolis, at www poeticallymuse.org/peridopotis. That's poeticallymuse.org/PERIDOTPOULTICE. Bet you won't follow me there tomorrow. Ashe. And we're back. So in case you're just now joining us, I'm iiYansaje Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, bringing you the music, the mystics, the mojo, and your late night mystic weather forecast, or 6 a.m. if you're catching it over the mothership airwaves. I'm also live right now, cruising the airwaves at 222.9 the mothership to the Marion Meadows smooth jazz rendition of Deep Waters. The seas are sacred to Yemaja, deep waters indeed. But it's Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024, and the day vibrates on a 2 on the second day of the week, so you got some Deuces wild energy on your Mars-ruled, Ogun venerated Tuesday. And it's the 11th Tuesday of summer solstice, and I love seeing 11s pop up on Tuesdays because in Orisha tradition, 11 is the number sacred to Ochoosi, the left-handed tracker, fast tracker to your highest destiny. And what does he do? Hang real tough with Ogun. And on Tuesday is Ogun's ruling day in many Orisha traditions. And in the Yoruba days of the week, this is Ojo Ishegun, or the day of victory. And victory isn't always an instant thing. I like to see it as kind of a reminder that the Orisha Ogun has already given all of us the tools that we need to build our road. We just have to invoke the patience of Obatala and understand that that road is built one brick at a time. So be patient with yourselves out there as you put in that work. Speaking of putting in that work, it's the second Tuesday of Virgo season, and the moon tonight is waxing fresh out the new moon, still in the house of Virgo. So you got some double Virgo energy here, and you just want to put in that work because that's what Ogun energy is all about. That's why he owns the roads, the metals, and the tools, all the tools. Can we even imagine a world without tools? Ooh, I don't. Let's not even. Iba Ogun. So anyways, we are entering the second decan of Virgo season. And hold on, let me grab my little book here. All right. This is ginger ale, y'all. Just ginger ale. All right, and my phone is ringing, playing Swing Down to the Chariot Stop and Let Me Ride. Well, the mothership is here for you and all your cosmic needs in a 24/7 groove. All you have to do is visit the pin site link in this video's description box. So, we are entering the second decan of Virgo season. Them have Capricorn Virgos, them Sea Goat and Virginal Virgos. Okay, that's some interesting energy. So if you were born between September 3rd and the 13th, you are actually half Virgo, half Capricorn, because your sub-ruler is Saturn. So there's some mutable earth energy that mixes, and then you have that cardinal energy because Capricorn is the cardinal earth sign. So you have that self-starter kind of thing going on, more so than the other two houses. Good stuff. We are still in the season of, actually today is the last day of the koa nut and the 12 figures of African spirituality. So we're about to shift zodiac houses in the Kemetic way of the stars. If you were born on September 3rd, happy solar return. May the ancestors, Orishas, Olodumare, and all saints of your respected faith bless you with many, many more, filled with Bobo Ire. But here's a little zodiac dry snitching for you if you were born on September 3rd. You are conservative in your judgment and your methods of execution. You have a mechanical There's that Ogun energy. You have a mechanical ability, and you're very strategic, patient, observant, and versatile. You do not make friends or attachments hastily and will probably not marry young. Your love will be strong and lasting. Okay, I'm gonna keep my third eye above my cycle there as best I can. Anyways, all right, other 11 zodiac houses, haterade is not alkaline. Make sure you are showing all the Virgos in your life some love as they turn up in their season. Because you know good and darn well that when your zodiac season rolls around, you're going to want the world to turn up with you, and you should. So do yourself a blessing and sow that seed out there for all those Virgos in your life. And while you at it, learn more about the Virgo in you. That's right. Break out that natal chart, study house 6, placements of Mercury and placements of Virgo. And if you need some help understanding that and another perspective on understanding your divine design, then by all means dial the number on the screen 314-200-0368. And you can also use the link in the pin site to book a video session or a pre recorded one with a 24-hour turnaround. I'm going to take another quick break, and when I get back, we're going to talk about the planets in retrograde. I am iiYansaje Muse, and you are listening to The Forecast on Radio for the Road Less Traveled 222.9. The Mothership. Beam up. Green vegetations, plant magic, Iba Ogun, Iba Onile, Iba Ochoosi, heart chakra, jazz, voices of the fathers, Mars. Welcome to Tuesdays on the Mothership, 222.9. Beam up. And we are back. So, in case you're just now joining us, I'm iiYansaje Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, and you are listening to The Forecast. All right, so let's talk about these planets that are busting a moonwalk on us. And we have 5 on the retrograde dance floor. And we're still in Pluto's retrograde, which deals harder with Scorpio energy, or should I say more intensely with Scorpio energy than the other 11 zodiac houses that went in on May 2nd in Aquarius, coming out on October 12th in Capricorn. And Pluto is the planet that is the furthest from the galaxy. The ending of one galaxy, the one we know about, and the beginning of the one we don't. So Pluto is the planet of regeneration, out with the old and with the new kind of energy. That's the higher octave of Mars. And with this planet retrograding in Aquarius, which is the house of spiritual rebellion, it's time to point out those little things that make all the big differences. So that's kind of just the main thing there with Pluto's retrograde. And it's the little things in the spirit world, of course. What's small is large and what's large is small. So working on those little things is very essential in areas of business and areas of self-work. Okay? So focus on the little things. Don't say I don't have time. Create the time because all of it is yours. Okay. We also have Saturn in retrograde, busting a moonwalk on us from June 29th in Pisces. We come out on November 15th in Pisces. And Saturn's retrograde does affect you Aquarius babies and you Capricorn babies more than the other 10 houses because this one is your ruling planet. So you're going to feel this one a lot more intensely. Okay. And with this planet in retrograde, you can expect for a lot of karma to be flying around all over the place. Okay. Saturn's retrograde ends delusions. And it's not, we don't have to make it a bad thing. Blows to the ego do sting, but no pain, no gain. So it doesn't have to be a bad thing. And at some point or another in all of our lives, we all go on that ego trip and the plane crashes. Okay? We all go through it. So when it's other people's turn, remember compassion. Remember love. And remember when you were the one that didn't know no damn better. All right? All right. Now, with Saturn in retrograde, also, this brings up a lot of inner child wounds or inner child reminders. This is a really good time to check your ego, make sure you're staying grounded and in action in your values, because Saturn energy does deal a lot with carnal energy, root chakra essence. So with this planet in retrograde, this is actually a really useful time for root chakra healing. And balancing that energy out will really help you charge the other six the right way. That real kundalini stuff. But we're going to talk more about that in the exclusive orbit. Okay. So we've also got Neptune in retrograde. And this one is a really intense retrograde because Neptune busted the moonwalk in her own house, Pisces. So there's a double scoop. So, of course, this retrograde is going to be more intense for people born under the sign of Pisces more than the other 11 planets. Okay? So, with this planet moving backwards, my goodness, we went in on July 2nd in Pisces and we'll be coming out on December 7th in Pisces. Okay? And there's an interesting number pattern there, 72127. That is still, I got to sit down and look at that. Just give me a minute on it. But with Neptune coming into retrograde, especially in her own house, you're going to see, feel, and experience a lot of things that are going to push you to put your actions behind your intuition. That's going to push you more into spiritual awakening and then spiritual living. Your dreams will get a lot more intense because the spirit world will be speaking to you more intensely. Neptune in retrograde is also, a time for reflection because when you do reflection, you can remember a lot of the times that the spirit world was speaking to you and what were the results when you did follow and when you didn't follow. So Neptune's retrograde kind of gives a deeper, broader perspective on that in each of our own individual ways. Ashe. Okay, now we got planet Chiron in retrograde. And Chiron was a comet until it became a planet in the 70s, according to the history. But this little powerful rock then went into retrograde in a house of Aries of all sorts. So this is going to be some driving force in dealing with inner wounded child healing. Okay? So for some, this is going to be really emotional, really intense. For others, it will be more of a reminder of how you're building your divine purpose or turning your pain into purpose, if that makes sense. But either way, it's going to be a driving force in that energy because it's retrograding in Aries from July 26th until December 29th. Okay, last but not least, Mercury retrograde and its higher octave Uranus did the do-si-do because we come out of Mercury retrograde on August 28th and then we go into Uranus retrograde in Taurus on September 1st. So now we're in Uranus retrograde and Taurus. And this is going to be some shakeups, some shifts in stability. Some people are going to experience serious financial windfalls, and other people are just going to kind of find themselves swiped. The energy that's coming to me about that is something that biblical scripture about the riches of the wicked being stored for the just, something along those lines. So, with that, along with Neptune in retrograde, those are two very highly spiritual planets. So just make it simple for yourself and master the art of putting your action behind your intuition. That lets the heavens know you're listening. And when you let the heavens know you're listening, that's when all planetary retrogrades can be a good thing. Oh, yeah. Uranus is the other planet sacred to Aquariuses, so that's going to affect you guys more than the other 11 houses because Aquarius babies, both of your planets are in retrograde. So invoke the patience of Obatala and be patient with yourself as the cosmos bring what they need to in the wake of the retrograde energy. I'm going to take another quick break and I'm going to come back. We're going to get to your Tuesdayly Tarot draw for the Divine Masculine. I am iiYansaje Muse, and this is Radio for the Road Less Traveled, 222.9, the Mothership. Beam up. I painted this one all kinds of colors for you. Listen. So I slipped, fell down this rabbit hole. This rabbit was black, somewhere in the valley of my own thighs, the gate to my soul. The wisdom inside took a stroll on a stride, no watch, no time, just I and the ride. Side saddle, horseback, reverse cowgirl style. My stallion is black, I'm back for all I was robbed of, so put it in a sack, grinning from ear to ear like a purple Cheshire cat. So I slipped. Fell down the rabbit hole, this rabbit was black. Somewhere in the valley of my own thighs I dug up roots so deeply concealed, ancestral truths, and all they reveal. All I need to survive, the electric to thrive, the magic of bloodlines, the black honey from my hive tastes so sweet. I keep the beat on my headphones to block out the jive. It's all inside. I slipped down my own rabbit hole. A tale to be told of diamonds and the hearts. I'm the queen, flipping tarot card soldiers. They talking when folks ask me what I see. I'm free. I hit a curve in the whirlwind where my hips spin, seeing love gagged and bound as all but a fairy tale. The putrid smell of cigarette butts keep you stuck in bad thinking. Tobacco sticks attached to karmic dick burns short like dynamite wicks and pending implosion. I sweat black oil, I don't need lotion. I keep it moving in a spiral motion. This rabbit hole of my own potion eases my stressed nerves. In dreams I travel like birds. I spin round my own world on the axis of my curves and affirmations off the verbs of my tongue. I speak, Mad Hatters run. SU has all the fun with the Tweedledees and Dums and even the ones with dashikis and drums. Too much free makes you dumb, so I'm reloaded. There's more on my tongue. Alligator peppered, spicily suggestion. The fleshing of the details my Cosmo cocktails find refreshing. Expression, my kryptonite. Truth, my colors. Words are my fix as airwaves are my HOV lanes. I put it in the mix. Others' intentions become my bag of tricks. Free to form prophecy and let them drip from my lips. Or expressions of divine rage. I lick my finger, turn the page. I let it burn cause I'm a sage. Low vibrations disengage. I'll taste my genius. Some call it crazed. I'm amazed how the sun is shaded in amber while the sky is dipped in black. I drip in the last of mango-flavored fucks about the deserters that desire to come back. I go dry on opinions, get sticky for the facts. Tasty like paradise on parrot's ice on the last time I was alone on my back. Shit. I'm within. I can't run. I can't hide. Down, down, down this rabbit hole, I'm a Bonnie with no Clyde. I slipped where nothing slides, I'm an oracle, a circle with no sides. I'm a mountain lion, so there's no pride. I'm aging backwards, 'cause Father Time must like me, but why? 'Cause I slipped down this rabbit hole between my thighs to discover all in which I'm divinely assigned. An iiYansaje Muse abstract poem. Ashe. A question on the heart is the spirit's thirst for clarity. Readings, consultations, I call them intuitive counseling sessions, but you know what I mean. They're kind of like gumbo or peach cobbler. You may have tried many, but you haven't had mine. I can say I met the divine when I was about 9. Ever since I was 16, I found myself wondering, do I have an invisible "please come tell me your business" sign taped to my forehead? Then one day I was sitting at the bus stop at a crossroad, and I had the audacity to ask the goddess, why was I even sent to earth? And I became an ethereal, intuitive counselor. And the universe has been answering that question over and over again, one phone call at a time, for the last 9 years. From there, in between sessions, I began to relentlessly apply, align, and study the ways of the stars and of the ancients. 3 years in, Orisha priestesshood to Oya came knocking. Hence the Iya in the name iiYansaje, iiYansa, an Oya praise name. Oya is the Orisha who brings radical transformation and change. Make no mistake about it now, baby. I am no soothsayer. I am no fortune teller. I'm not a private investigator. I don't cast love spells. I'm not an emotional punching bag. I'm not a spiritual trash dump. I am not a haven for jinn spirits. I give guidance with clarity, with wisdom, with love, with truth. I unlock keys to your spiritual growth and your highest destiny according to your unique design. Ready for some evolutionary change? Let's talk. Flavorful, elite, divine guidance and wisdom, broken down to the practical to bring Oya's change into your life for the better. Call 314-200-0368. That's 314-200-0368 for spiritual mentorship and guidance readings by iiYansaje Muse. All proceeds go to 222.9, the mothership. Internet radio for the road less traveled. Beam up. And we're back. So if you are seeing this part of tonight's forecast, then you are tapped into divine algorithm, and this is your reading. Now, this Tuesday's readings are for my Divine Masculine Collective, so this one's more for the fellas. Divine Feminine's readings are on Moon Day, Rotation 1. Rotation 2, in homage to Ogun, we deliver this message to the Divine Masculine Essence, and the Divine speaks protect your sacral energy. Because the first card that popped out was the Mistress of the Scepter, or the Queen of Wands inverted. There are women out there trying to hijack your sacred sexual energy, because your sacred sexual energy and your spiritual energy are one and the same. But as long as this energy remains trapped in lower regions, it seems that it blocks your highest destiny. And some of you are striving to find that path, and you have to find it from the head on your shoulders, because at this point, the one between your legs will get you in serious trouble. And some of you have already learned this lesson and you're coming out of the back end of it. Some of you are caught right in the middle of it, and some of you are being warned from even walking through the door. Okay? So there's that Queen of Wands inverted energy, reminding you to protect your sacral, because there was a point in time that you were a slave to your wand. Oops, the tarot told on you. The second card that popped up was the Slave of the Scepter. The scepter is the wand, and in regards to the divine masculine, well, you get my drift about the sacred rod. There was someone who tried to trap you in your lower regions. Some of you are overcoming sexual addictions. Congratulations. These things are very important when it comes to spiritual ascension and for your overall well-being. And in being in this type of energy was what got you mixed up with this kind of energy. But at this time, at this particular space of growth, it's really time for you to protect your sacral energy. That way, it can be transmuted into what it's really for. The third card that showed up was the Veiled Lamp, so don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Some of y'all, it appears that I'm looking at this Slave of Scepter card again, and it's somebody on the ground grinding. And we are in the Virgo season of putting in work. But what my energy is giving me specifically is that some of you are digging your tunnel out of a bad situation. You're making your plans. You're getting your ducks in order. Good job. But make sure with the Veiled Lamp showing up that you keep your mouth shut and your ears open, because wisdom will come onto your path, possibly through strangers, elders, people you would least expect these spiritual instructions to come through. And your spirit will recognize them when you hear them. So when you hear them, put your action behind it, but keep your lips zipped. All right? And underneath it all, and flipping the deck over, stubborn energy. Deck didn't hardly want to live. We got the Two of Pentacles underneath. So being a slave to the scepter and a slave to the money was what gets us mixed up in these upside down Mistress of Scepter energies. But the divine has all the wealth you needed all along. It's just time for you to take a different route. And in protecting your sacral energy, you will receive far more clarity. There's my general message for the day, for Tuesday's Divine Masculine Energy. If you need any specific spiritual mentorship, guidance, or counseling, then by all means dial the number on the screen. I am iiYansaje Muse, and this is the forecast on 222.9, the Mothership Internet Radio for the road less traveled. Beam up. Using the tools already in your hand is stepping out on faith and practical action. Ogun. The Mars Collection from the Mothership Mystic Boutique. All proceeds go to 222.9, the Mothership Internet Radio for the road less traveled. Beam up. Thank you for joining me for this forecast. I certainly hope that you gain some things that'll help you have an Ogun Blessed Tuesday. And make sure that you beam up to Tuesday's groove with the smooth groove Fathers of Song. If you're listening at the 6 a.m. hour, then stay tuned for the Rising Bembe to Ogun before we get into Tuesday's Old School Groove. Either way, remember, the sky's big enough for us all to be stars. And in the words of George Clinton, free your mind and your ass will follow. This is 222.9 The Mothership, internet radio for the road less traveled. Beam up. Every day is special. Why not find out mystically how? This is the forecast on your Mystic Music Haven on the airwaves, 222.9, The Mothership. Beam up.